Oh no! Oh! I found a great fetish. There we go.
Oh shit.
It's about sneezing.
What?
Okay, this fanfiction is called Not the Best Space Trip by Sarah Girl 1998. Summary. Not finished! Mario and Luigi decide to go to Rosalina's observatory for a small weekend vacation, but Mario has been sneezing quite a lot. In fact, he might even be coming down with something. Chapter 1. The Mario brothers arrived on the planet of the observatory, at which they intended to stay for a small weekend vacation. The neighboring planets around this one were full of interesting sights and things to do, but the two were planning on exploring them tomorrow. It was starting to get late. Wow, this place is beautiful, Luigi said. Thanks for coming up with this whole space vacation idea, Mario. This is gonna be great. Yeah! It sure has been a while since we met Rosalina. I wonder if she's even expecting us at this time. It's alright. She's a nice person. Mario looked around for the observatory and found it from a couple of yards away. She says we are always welcome here anytime. I can't really remember where the observatory is, Luigi admitted. Have you found it yet? Yeah, it's over there. Come on, Mario responded as he pointed his finger at the observatory for a brief moment. Following the statement, he and Luigi went off to the observatory. Once they got there, Mario rang the doorbell and the doors opened slowly. It seemed to be automatic, but it turned out that two of those floating living stars, Lumas, were the ones behind this, pushing the doors open from behind them in response to the doorbell. They greeted Mario and Luigi before allowing them to enter. Why, thank you for that, Luigi said. Yeah, thanks! Before he could say anything more, Mario inhaled as he was unexpectedly about to sneeze. He didn't have the time to wonder why, because it came on without warning. Ah! Mario, are you gonna... Luigi stopped himself before he could finish. He already realized what was going to happen. Uh-oh. Ah! Mario inhaled once more, then raised his arm to his face and released his sneeze. Mario tried his best to keep his sneeze quiet, but it was quite a bit of a pain to do so. Recovering, Mario sniffled and rubbed his nose on his arm. Bless you, Mario, Luigi said. Thanks. Mario removed his arm. So, where's Miss Rosalina? I'm pretty sure she's here, but maybe she's just taking care of the stars and live with her. Before either of them could say any more, they heard a soft female voice that they recognized almost immediately. I see you have arrived. The plumbers looked up to see none other than the beautiful Princess Rosalina herself, and she looked happy to see them. And floating by her side was her own Luma, which was also happy to see that the Mario brothers had arrived. Welcome back to my observatory. Hello, Rosalina. It's me, Mario. And me, Luigi, Luigi responded. It has been quite some time since you last came here, Rosalina mentioned. It is no problem at all. However, we have been living in peace since your absence. That's great, Mario said. I hope you don't mind, but me and Luigi decided to come here for the weekend. Is that okay with you? Luigi asked. Oh, certainly so. There's a guest bedroom on the second floor, perfect for you two. Great, thanks, Mario said. With their conversation finished, he and Luigi went upstairs to find the guest room and check it out. As they did, Mario felt his nose becoming itchy again. He sniffed a few times and rubbed his nose with the back of his hand, but neither of those actions were much help. He didn't start inhaling until he and Luigi made it into the guest room for the first time, however. Mario inhaled a few times. He wanted to bring his arm back to his face, but the upcoming sneeze had robbed him of his power, so he couldn't. All he could do was aim his head at the floor as he released a second sneeze. Bless you. Luigi immediately responded with a polite tone, which grew concerned at the next thing he said. Hey Mario, are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Mario said as he sniffled again and rubbed his nose again, this time on his forefinger rather than his arm. Just a little case of sneezes. Nothing too bad, I hope. Luigi understood, and once he had seen enough of the room, he decided to leave and look for something to do. Maybe start a new conversation with Rosalina.
Oh.
Mario, however, paid little heed as he stayed in the room and sat down on the bed. His nose was still pretty itchy, so he kept sniffling and rubbing it. It wasn't really working, however, and he could feel another sneeze coming on. Mario tilted his head back and some rays of light from the lamp on the ceiling shone on his face, causing him to release the sneeze. Once he was finished releasing the double sneeze, Mario sniffled again and rubbed his nose on his forefinger. His nose still itched mildly and he didn't know why. For most of the day it wasn't this itchy and he couldn't figure out why it had suddenly gotten this feeling. Am I allergic to something? He thought. I'm not too sure actually. I can handle flowers, dust, pretty much anything somebody can be allergic to. But why do I keep sneezing? Is it because I might be getting sick? No, there's no way, Mario said to himself. There's no way it could be that. I barely ever get sick. There's no chance of that happening. What he said about how he barely ever got sick was true, and that was because he had a pretty strong immune system, so he couldn't have been coming down with something. Or could he? What Mario didn't know was that just because he had a great immune system didn't mean that he was completely safe from getting sick every once in a while. Well, actually, he did know, but he didn't acknowledge that fact. Besides, he had to make sure that nobody knew about this little situation, regardless of whether he actually was sick or was just a little sneezy. Even suggesting either of those would just be embarrassing. Mario inhaled to sneeze again as he tilted his head back, and this time he had enough power to raise his arm up to his face. After he had done so, he took a final inhale and then shot his neck forwards as he released his sneeze. I'm not getting sick, Mario tried to reassure himself as he sniffled and rubbed his nose on his arm. But I really wish I could just stop sneezing. It wasn't like this before we got here. This ends here now.
What? It just
Yeah, well,
ends?
it said it's unfinished, Mario.
Oh, come on. But the way it ends.
Oh, come on! You wanted to know
the way-
more about that sneezing, right?
Yeah. Like, it just ends. Why did they even release this?
Well, it was published in 2017.
I'll take
Let's see.
Kamari over you any day.
Oh,